hanging out with my bud, Vijaya. I'm feeling very good.
Me too. The sun is beaming down on us. Lots of interesting smells going on. I'm excited.
Fully SPF'd, let's be honest here. Yeah.
You gotta
do it. 100%. I am really, really excited because you're gonna do a delicious kind of like Indian street food.
That's right. We're making dosa, which is like an Indian crepe. It's lacy, it's thin. I love the audience food.
Yeah.
And you eat it with your hands, and it's super fun. Something that we eat often in India for breakfast or brunch. We're making a Rava Dosa today, which has a whole bunch of different ingredients in it that gives it a little bit of spice and texture.
Nice.
Or you can also eat it for something that we call tiffin. So tiffin is sort of the meal that replaces dinner when you want to eat something a little on the lighter side. So dosa is the perfect dish to do that with.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, most of the time, that's my dinner. I eat a big breakfast, decent lunch, and then I just want snacky little dinner.
Yeah, like a popper.
Like a lad, just a little pop, and we're so good. All right, so let's get started on this recipe. What are we doing?
So the very first thing that we're gonna do is make the batter for the dosa. And we're starting off with a few dry ingredients, okay? So we're seeing a little bit of rice flour that's going in. Actually, I'm gonna pass this bowl on off to you.
Okay.
And if you don't mind chopping up a little bit of fresh coriander or cilantro, as many people call it.
Here, I feel like in the store it is usually called cilantro, but coriander, cilantro, potato, that's kind of the vibe.
Exactly, and then we have some coarse semolina. So the semolina is gonna give it a nice texture. It's a little gritty, and it's gonna crisp up really nicely when we go to make the dosa.
See, this is the thing, Vijay, you always make food with such good texture in it.
I love texture. It makes it textures, contrasting textures, flavors, temperatures.
Yes.
It's what makes food
interesting and exciting. Honestly, I was talking this morning about how much sometimes all I want, I'll describe food, I'm like, I just want a crunch. I just want something with a crunch to it.
You need a little something in your back pocket to just sprinkle on. And we have some all-purpose flour, right? So that all-purpose flour is gonna help bring that batter together. And now we're gonna go in with a few interesting ingredients. We have some sweet red onion.
Beautiful.
We're going in with ginger. I know you love ginger.
I love ginger, and I love that you've chopped this ginger.
So finely. Yeah. And you can do it like in little juliennes too if you want a little more heat every time you bite in. Some cumin seed, which is nice and earthy, and again, we'll have a little bit of crunch as it toasts up on the griddle. We have some crushed black pepper.
Beautiful.
A little bit of salt.
Nice.
And if you like things spicy, I haven't done it here. I question why I didn't do it here today.
We like spice. We're spicy girls.
Thai chilies. Slice up as many Thai chilies as you want, throw them in the mix, and they're gonna be delicious, okay? Do we happen to have a whisk? I'm gonna bug you for a whisk.
You can bug me anytime.
Thank you so much. So give that a nice mixaroonie.
And the cilantro, does that go in as well?
Yeah, throw that in.
Perfect.
This is a no fuss, no muss kind of recipe. You can throw things in out of order and it's gonna still work out in the wash,
All right, perfect.
So we're gonna go in with a little bit of buttermilk.
Oh.
So buttermilk is creamy, it's tangy, and it's gonna add such a great flavor to the dosa.
Nice. Now, if you're not, okay, so you know how there's always those hacks for buttermilk?
Yes, because you may not necessarily want to invest in that big box of buttermilk for that one recipe and then have it sitting in your fridge forever.
For literally ever. And then your husband says, can we throw this out? And you're like, I don't know, maybe it's still good.
We're sniffing the box, trying to figure out if it's still good. So a nice hack for that is you can do equal parts of yogurt and water.
Oh, okay.
And then that way you get that still, like that tangy vibe still without investing in that big box. Okay,
I got with the hack. She knows what's up. I love it.
And then we have a little bit of water to thin things out. So when I go to whisk this batter, you're gonna look at me funny.
I was gonna say this is a lot of liquid for not a ton of flat. That is some sloppy batter.
It's a very thin batter. So it's sloppy. Because a typical traditional dosa is made with lentils and rice and it's fermented, so it's a thicker batter. But this is a fast dosa for when you don't have time, and I love it because I never have time.
I know. I was gonna say you got 2 little ones and you're a busy lady.
Running around. This is great for kids too. Actually, my toddler loves this dish. And then you're gonna let this hang for a good 20 minutes. So what that 20 minutes does is it rehydrates that semolina a little bit, gets it nice and plump, and the right texture to hit the grill. Okay. So I have my little crepe maker here.
This is very fancy.
Very fancy.
Again, it works for dosa, works for crepes, husband's French, we're good.
Exactly. It's nice and hot. We're gonna test it to see if it's hot.
Y'all, that was a thrill.
We're bringing the drama to the good stuff today. So you see those little bubbles dancing across the surface? That's how you know that it's ready. If you don't have a crepe maker at home, it's not the end of the world. A non-stick frying pan will do the trick, or even a really well-seasoned cast iron pan.
That's the key.
Because it clings to the pan, gets that nice golden crust. That's what we're looking for.
Perfect.
Okay, so here's our batter. hydrated, good to go. And you just want to give it a nice stir to bring up all the ingredients to the surface each time you go to make the dosa. Otherwise, they're going to be hanging at the bottom. And
then you're just going to have like an onion pancake.
Exactly, exactly. So watch this. I'm going to crank the heat up a little bit.
Okay.
And we're going to start.
Ooh, ooh.
Do you see that?
Y'all, if you can see, it is like a bubble city.
Yeah. So that's
it looks like lace almost.
It is lacy, right? So that's the interesting thing with this dosa is that it has this incredible texture simply from how it forms on the grill when it's nice and hot, okay? So I'm gonna crank the heat up actually.
Okay.
And we have a mixture here. Us Indians, we love ghee.
Yeah, ghee is so, clarified butter, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's the butter with all the milk solids removed, which means it has a higher smoke point and it's nice and nutty. I've just mixed that together with a little bit of canola oil.
Nice.
And we're gonna spread this over the surface of the dosa.
You can see in all the little like lacy holes, all that butter and ghee is just bubbling and frying.
It's kind of like the dosa's breathing. You can just see it like,
yeah, moving around.
Yeah, and we're gonna let that hang for about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes to crisp up.
Okay.
And in the meantime, we're gonna make our chutney.
Okay, right on.
So we're gonna make a classic coconut chutney with a bit of a twist.
All right.
So I have some grated fresh coconut here. So you crack the coconut if you want to grate it, or heck, go to the freezer aisle of your grocery store and get it pre-grated, and you're good to go.
Oh, that's a thing.
It's a thing.
I was gonna say, as soon as you said crack a coconut, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna crack a coconut.
You don't want to do this with desiccated coconut.
No.
No. It's fresh or frozen, and you're good. Just thaw the frozen stuff, and you're good to go. So if you want to help me out there, Mary.
So into a blender?
That's right. Okay. We have some cashews, which are going to act as the emulsifier for this chutney, so make it nice and thick and rich. There are those Thai green chilies I was talking about. They're going in now, a little bit of heat, and some ginger as well. We're going to add some water.
Beautiful.
And a nice big old pinch of kosher salt.
Oh, that's a good pinch.
And then you're gonna give that a blend until it's nice and smooth.
Okay. Oh, this is good. This is happening well.
And we're doing this outdoors, which makes it even better.
I know, it does. I don't know the last time I blended outdoors, but I'm feeling good about it.
Let's see.
That came together really nicely.
Yeah, it's nice and smooth and velvety. You can pour it out. Like you can see that
little
texture. And the longer it sits, the more it thickens up because that coconut rehydrates and pulls all the liquid in.
Yeah.
So look at that, beautiful.
Yeah.
Right, so now we have that. And we're gonna add a little bit of yogurt to the mix, which is gonna add some creaminess, a bit of tang as well. And just mix that in. You don't wanna throw that into the blender because I feel like when you throw Are you of the same
We've talked about this. Vijaya and I are really cool, and we talk about yogurt a lot.
We do.
It's because yogurt is kind of sort of a curd, so if you stir it, it gets thin.
Yes.
So usually when you're serving yogurt, you don't actually want to give it a stir. No. You want to just cut into it, because then you get that whey, that like liquid that comes out.
And if you have that liquid on top of your container of yogurt, please, 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 just like drain it into your sink a bit and retain that lovely thick
luscious
yogurt.
We clearly love yogurt too much. It's fine. It's fine. We'll talk about it later. It's fine.
All right, let's check in. Maybe we'll give this dosa a couple of seconds. The next thing that we're going to do actually is to pour a hot seasoned oil over the chutney.
Nice.
So this is called a thalipu, a tadaka, a chunk. And basically what you do is you take
a chunk?
A chunk.
Excellent. Yes.
Another word to add to your vocabulary.
Yes, a chunk. Yes.
And it's just basically what it is hot fat that you throw a bunch of spices into. And it depends on which Indian dish you're making. For this one, we have a little bit of, could be a little toastier, but a little bit of mustard seed. You want to use black mustard seed, as well as some urad dal, which is a type of lentil.
Oh, okay.
So these are dry lentils that you throw in there. You want them to get nice and toasty. And then when the oil is really, really hot,
which I don't know. You know what? She's doing her best.
Should we check on the dosa?
Let's check on the dosa. Yeah.
Let's check on the dosa. So you can see that we're getting a little bit of caramelization there, some golden brown moments. And I'm just gonna
fry her off.
Fry her off.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. There we go.
Oh, there we go. See, you gotta find like the in.
Yeah.
You know when you're making pancakes and you're like, what is the side that I'm coming in on?
Yeah.
Or a burger?
Here we go. We're gonna get there.
What's your favorite thing to do? You know when you gotta make conversation when you're...
Oh my gosh. Also, a cup of coffee or Indian chai with this is just delightful.
See, that sounds amazing. Again, with the spice, you don't necessarily think of coffee, but a chai with that spicy and the, delicious.
Yes. So let me get, we're almost there,
We're almost there, guys. We almost got it. Thanks for sticking with us.
Bear with me.
Yeah. Ooh! Totally worth it. That was amazing.
Now we have the this hot oil going.
Getting a little spicy.
I'm gonna throw in my curry leaves. So curry leaves don't go into curry powder, but they have this beautiful aromatic, almost pine-like flavor to them. So you're just gonna let them sizzle away. You want to get a little hotter, but it's okay. We're gonna pretend, swirl them around, and then they go right into the chutney like so.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you give that a mix.
Okay.
And then that's good to go.
Oh my gosh, this looks so. You know what? I'm gonna taste. Can I taste this?
Yeah, taste, please.
You know what? This is the only spoon I can find, so we're gonna go in for a little taste around.
Is it good?
That is so good.
Do you like it?
It's creamy. It's spicy.
Yeah. You would never think to have coconut in a savory application. So let's get some chutney in this bowl for you.
All right.
And this is a hands food. So my husband eats dosas with a fork and a knife. We're working through it.
We're working through it.
Okay, yeah. We'll get there one day. So Mary, like, up to you, whatever you want to do. I have a feeling you're a hands girl.
They're just forks. They're just like built-in forks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is tear off a piece of the dosa.
Okay. Oh. The texture, it's a little chewy feeling, a little crispy. Then you do a dunk.
And you do a dunkaroonie.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And Mary's gonna eat dosa.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Come on.
How is that?
My dude, that is so good. Oh my God, it's crispy, it's chewy, it's savory, it's sweet, it's spicy.
Yeah, you get those little bits of onion and ginger in there.
Oh my gosh, this is out of control good. Vijaya, thank you so much. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.